A dog was trapped in a cold iron cage, its world confined to a cramped space. Pain and misery had consumed its life. For years might be a journey for a human, but for the dog, it was a nightmare, one of fear, struggle, paralysis, and despair. Its eyes had long lost their light. For 4 years, it had no freedom, no warmth in the arms of an owner. Its owner was an alcoholic, drowning in liquor day and night. I decided to fight for the dog's rescue. When the rescuers arrived, the first thing they saw was a skinny, foul-smelling dog with eyes full of fear and helplessness. It did not understand what it had done wrong to deserve such treatment. For all those years, the only thing it had looked forward to was the food given by kind neighbors each day. Its fur was uneven and tangled, weighing nearly 10 kilograms. We tried to take it away, but it feared the outside world, feared being hurt again, feared abandonment. But the rescuers did not give up. They successfully took it away from the nightmare. Bringing it to a hospital and a safe shelter. Professional caregivers shaved off its matted fur. I hoped it could start a new life again. Can you imagine how uncomfortable it must have been to carry such heavy fur for so long? It might not have had a sip of water all day. Looking at its chapped lips and eager eyes, one couldn't help but cry. It took time to shave off all the fur. But the dog seemed to understand and cooperated obediently. Allowing the rescuers to finish, the heavy burden of filth on its body was finally lifted. But looking closer, we saw its hind legs were covered in maggots, mercilessly eating away at its flesh. The team immediately disinfected the wounds with iodine to prevent further infection. For now, the dog could rest peacefully. I didn't know how long it had been since it had slept well. The next day, the rescuer carefully disinfected its wounds again. Every touch made the dog tremble slightly. It endured everything without resistance, as if it knew we were trying to heal it. Even though it bore the pain, we knew how much it hurt. Pain beyond words. The doctors treated its wounds carefully, doing everything they could to help it through this difficult time. The dog stayed in the hospital for recovery. The dog stayed in the hospital for recovery. When I visited today, did you notice how much better it looked? It should have escaped captivity long ago. Do you think it will have a better life in the future? Let the past be carried away by the wind. Every time the dog slept, it trembled, not only from pain but also from the trauma of its past. On the third day, I visited again. It looked much better. Daily bandage changes showed good progress. The X-rays revealed no intestinal issues. Only minor bone problems that wouldn't affect its life. After a dark and painful time, the injured dog finally saw the light of life and was gradually recovering. In the early days, the vet said its bloody stool hadn't improved. Sensor and stomach pain made it lose its appetite. But the rescuers didn't give up. They watched over it day and night, carefully nursing it back to health. Thanks to everyone's efforts, its condition improved daily. The hunger it had long forgotten slowly returned. For the first time, it voluntarily sniffed the food. It took small bites at first, and in that moment, a spark of hope shone in its eyes, as if saying, "I want to live well." Seeing its appetite grow each day, we were overjoyed. We all saw the will to live in its eyes and became even more determined not to give up. The first half of its life was full of hardship, imprisonment, and abuse. From now on, we promise never to let it suffer again. After days of perseverance, today was the day to remove its bandages. As the rescuers gently unwrapped them, its eyes seemed to thank me. It knew it was one step closer to full recovery. Fortunately, the rescuers had arrived in time. If not, the infection in its leg would have worsened and could have been life. Now, it no longer needed to be wrapped in bandages. Its eyes once again showed gratitude. All that remained was patiently cleaning the wound until it fully healed. Its legs were recovering well. And the rotten flesh on its paws had healed, with new skin slowly forming. From now on, it could live freely. On the day of its hospital discharge, the dog suddenly had diarrhea. The situation made everyone anxious again. The vets immediately tested for parvovirus. When the results came back negative, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. To help it recover quickly, the doctors prescribed medicine mixed with water. However, the taste was unpleasant, and the dog licked it a few times before walking away. It didn't want to drink something so bitter. With no other choice, a nurse gently poured the medicine into its mouth. At first it resisted, but gradually, it seemed to understand that we were trying to help, and it drank the whole dose. Now, there were no major health concerns. As long as it ate well and took the prescribed medicine, everything would be fine. Seeing it eat voluntarily brought smiles to everyone's faces. The dog knew we were all trying to help, and it, too, wanted to recover soon and return to a life full of love. With everyone's kindness, we hope the dog will soon start anew, loving life running freely on the grass. Letting warm, loving gazes erase the pain of the past. Let it embrace this wonderful world once again and begin a happy new life.
This is the story of a dog who tragically lost his way from his family. After wandering for a long time, he became a victim of an insect known as the botfly. The botfly, with its complex and unsettling life cycle, finds dogs to be one of its preferred hosts. For this poor dog, the parasitic infestation brought unbearable suffering. The life cycle of the botfly begins with adult flies, laying their eggs not directly on the host, but often on grass trees or other locations that animals frequently pass by. Sometimes botflies even use other insects, like mosquitoes, to help transport their eggs. When a mosquito bites an animal, the botfly eggs are cleverly transferred onto the animal's skin through the bite wound. Once the eggs come into contact with the animal's body, things take a darker turn. Within days, the eggs hatch into larvae. These larvae don't stay on the surface. They burrow their way into the body through natural openings like the nose or mouth, or through scratches or wounds on the skin. And then the real nightmare begins for the host. Under the skin, the larvae start moving, searching for a spot to develop. Once they find a favorable location, they settle in and form small lumps or bumps on the skin, often leaving a tiny hole that allows them to breathe. This stage of development can last anywhere from several weeks to months. During this time, the larvae feed on the host's nutrients, causing intense pain, itching, and a constant risk of infection for the animal. The dog, unaware of what was happening, suffered silently as these larvae grew under his skin, feeding off his body day and night. Imagine the torment: hundreds of tiny invaders, slowly consuming the dog's life force, gnawing away under the surface while he tried to find peace. The discomforts, pain, and distress must have been unimaginable. Fortunately, someone noticed this poor dog's dire condition and quickly called for help. An animal rescue team arrived, and after careful examination, confirmed the infestation. The team acted swiftly, carefully, removing each larva to free the dog from his misery. It was a painstaking process, but their dedication and care saved this innocent animal from a painful and potentially deadly fate. The final stage of the botfly's life cycle is equally disturbing. Once the larvae are fully grown, they exit the host's body through the small breathing hole they created and fall to the ground, where they pupate and prepare to become adult flies. The cycle continues with new eggs, waiting to infest other unsuspecting animals. This parasitic process is not just terrifying, but also extremely dangerous for animals left untreated. Botfly larvae can cause severe infections, abscesses, and even death. Early detection and intervention are crucial to protecting animals from the devastating effects of these parasites. But for this dog, the story has a happy ending, thanks to the quick actions of compassionate people. He was rescued and freed from the torment of the botfly larvae that had been living inside him. The pain he endured is unimaginable, but his rescue serves as a reminder of the importance of vigilance and care for animals in need. Now you can witness this touching and emotional rescue story. We've compiled the entire process, from the discovery of the infestation to the careful removal of the larvae. It's a story of hope, compassion, and the incredible bond between humans and animals. As you watch, imagine the relief this dog must have felt once the larvae were removed, and he was free from the agony that had plagued him for so long. His rescue is a testament to the power of kindness and the difference it can make in the life of an animal. We encourage you to share your thoughts and emotions. After watching this story, don't forget to leave comments, share this video, and subscribe to our channel to help spread awareness about these important rescues. Together, we can continue to make a difference and bring more stories of hope and healing to light.
One night, the man was on his way home when he saw a stray dog. Following the man's footsteps, something like a tumor grew in his eye. Follow him wherever he goes, as if asking for protection from the man. This dog's eyes reveal helplessness and confusion. The man looked at its pitiful appearance, and the softest part of his heart was touched. Decided to take it home. When he got home, Xiaohei was very excited to see his strange companions. First, feed the stray dog some food so that it can fill its stomach. Then the man found a box and took the dog to see a doctor. After the doctor examined the dog, he said that one of its eyes had died and surgery was necessary. The dog seemed to understand what the doctor said, and his body trembled slightly, but he still prepared for the surgery obediently. Waiting for surgery. Fortunately, the operation went well. As the anesthetic wore off, the dog began to feel some pain and whimpered. The sound seemed to tell of the pain it was enduring. After regaining consciousness, the dog showed a strong appetite. The man carefully prepared chicken breast, cauliflower, carrots, and other food for it, a combination of meat and vegetables, just to restore health faster. The delicious and nutritious meal is out of the pot. From a distance, the dog smelled the aroma of delicious food. I couldn't wait to eat it. I wasn't picky at all. The doctor told the man that the dog's other eye was necrotic, and that if it wasn't surgically removed, the bacterial infection would spread. The man decided to continue cooking some nutritious meals for it. This time, the man not only prepared the chicken breast, cauliflower, and carrots he had prepared before. It also contains collagen-rich fish skin and nutritious eggs. On the third day, the man came to the hospital and the dog was very excited. The moment it saw the man, its eyes sparkled. It kept wagging its tail and trying to get closer to the man, as if it wanted a hug from him. The dog ate it with gusto, as if it was the most delicious food in the world. The dog has ticks on it, and the man plans to deworm it before leaving the hospital. It wants to be best friends with the black one at home, but the black one is a little uncomfortable. The man also bought a beautiful cage online and installed it while waiting for the dog to be discharged from the hospital. Convenient and comfortable accommodation. Finally, the day came for the dog to be discharged from the hospital. The man came to take the dog home. The dog was so excited that it jumped up and down, and its cheerful barking seemed to express its inner joy. By the way, I dewormed the dog. After returning home, the dog quickly became more and more familiar with Xiaohei. They play together happily, although there are occasional small fights. But for the dog, this may be the happiness it has always wanted. He massaged the dog carefully and cleaned its ears gently. Every touch makes the dog feel endless warmth and love. When it's mealtime, the dog and Xiaohei enjoy delicious food together. After eating and drinking, the dog will take the initiative to go into the cage to rest. It is really well behaved. On a sunny day, the man decided to take his dog and Xiaohei to the grass for a walk. The warm sunshine sprinkled on the grass, as if covering the earth with a layer of golden velvet carpet. Although the dog lost an eye, it followed the man closely and refused to leave. It might be thinking, my master is my support. I can't leave him too far. I have to stay with him all the time. This is the first time the dog takes a bath. It is a little scared and its body is shaking slightly. When the water poured on it, it shrank back nervously. It still chose to trust and patiently let the man wash it. After washing, the dog's fur becomes very beautiful and neat, shining in the sun. The man couldn't help but exclaimed, "You are the best and strongest dog." The man took it out to meet new friends. The dog showed a shy expression and approached cautiously. The children like its cuteness and want to touch it. The dog felt the kindness of the children and gradually relaxed, enjoying the love. A month later, under the man's careful care, he looked stronger. It is full of energy every day, and the fights with Xiaohei never stop. It is full of energy every day, and the fights with Xiaohei never stop. This once stray dog now has a happy life under the man's care. Its mutilated eyes are no longer a symbol of pain, but a testimony of strength and love. May its future days be filled with endless joy and warmth.
On a rainy day, a stray dog appeared at the door. It braved the rain, as if looking for help. It has a nervous expression on its face, as if it is taking me somewhere. Oh my God. It just gave birth to puppies. The mother dog wants me to rescue her puppies. The puppy is soaking wet. If it is not rescued in time, it will soon be in danger of death. Save him first without saying anything else. Mother dog and puppy huddled together. Build a simple house for them to temporarily shelter them from the wind and rain. The mother dog keeps licking the puppy's body to keep it clean. This maternal love is admirable. I adopted you. Although I am not rich, at least I won't let you starve. I can't leave you on the street. A few days later, the mother dog became very sensible and seemed to be grateful to me. Very gentle and approached me, letting me touch. Let's go see how the puppy is doing. Puppy's sleeping in a cardboard box. The puppies are healthy, don't worry. The fat body is squirming. The mother dog is very responsible and takes good care of the puppies. The puppy fell asleep in a cute pose. The puppy will soon open his eyes and see the beautiful world. But mothers also need to get enough nutrition. The bitch needs to be fed some nutritious food regularly. Come on! There's a feast waiting for you! Eat slowly. You are a good mother and will take good care of your puppy. Soon, the mother dog ate up the meal in the bowl. Good boy. Come into my arms. It likes to be stroked. The mother dog's selflessness is all for the puppies. There are 4 puppies in total, growing up healthily. The puppies grew up and learned to walk. Brothers and sisters playing with each other. Aren't they cute? Do you like these puppies? The puppy even interacted with me and was happy to shake my hand. You're going to be a very smart dog. The mother dog comes in from time to time to clean up the puppy's poop. Responsible and diligent. Puppies. It's time to drink milk. The puppies scrambled to eat. Every puppy is plump, healthy, and strong. The mother dog is doing what she is supposed to do, breastfeed patiently. You and I are destined to meet. I will feed you until you grow fat and happy. The future is always bright. Let us not give up on every life. Let us lend a helping hand. The world will definitely become a better place.
Amidst a barren land where the workers had just left, after laying the final layer of asphalt, a tiny being was struggling in desperation. A dog thin and lost had unfortunately wandered into the hot, still drying asphalt. Its tiny paws were stuck to the ground. Every struggle only caused more pain to its body. The dog whimpered, its faint cries for help, echoing through the night, but no one could hear. The area was desolate, devoid of any human presence. All through the night, it screamed in pain, its cries growing weaker. By morning, it was barely breathing, its eyes half closed, the thick black asphalt having stuck to its mouth, preventing it from crying out or even eating. asphalt had penetrated deeply into the dog's body, seeping into its skin, making it impossible to shave off the fur. Moreover, the layer of asphalt had already caused significant harm to the dog's body. We had to be incredibly careful not to cause further injury to the dog. The dog was too weak to eat on its own. We used a small tube to pump some diluted food into its mouth, trying our best to nourish the faint life still flickering in its tiny body. But separating the dog from it was one thing, and completely cleaning its body was another. They needed a special solution, Sonak's tar remover, something not easily found in that area. A race against time had begun. If the asphalt dried, the dog wouldn't survive. The whole team worked tirelessly. The asphalt was gradually removed, bit by bit. We embraced each other and burst into tears, not because of victory, but because a tiny life had not been forgotten amidst this fast-paced world. Thank God, in the end, we made it. The dog quietly wandered down the empty road, carrying its long, heavy fur, covered in dirt and debris. Each step seemed to weigh heavily on it, not just because of the physical exhaustion, but also the pain of loss. Whenever it encountered anyone, it would approach, its eyes filled with hope, as if waiting to reunite with its beloved owner. But upon realizing that they were not the one, its eyes would droop in disappointment, and it would run away again. Every day, the dog still searches for the figure of its owner, hoping to reunite with its dear companion once more, before returning to the construction site, a place that reminds it of the warm days spent together. This dog lived with the security guard at the construction site for a long time, becoming a close companion, always by his side every day, sharing both the joys and sorrows during their work hours. But when the construction site closed, everyone left one by one, leaving the dog lonely and uncared for. It had to survive on leftover food given by passersby and the trash around the area. But when the construction site closed, everyone left one by one, leaving the dog lonely and uncared for. It had to survive on leftover food given by passersby and the trash around the area. After approaching, the dog allowed me to touch it, despite its frail and trembling body. Seeing its thin, exhausted form and the tired movements, a wave of emotion welled up inside me, and I couldn't hold back my tears. The dog's fur was damaged, and the unpleasant smell emanating from it was overwhelming. But thankfully, its body was unharmed, and its health remained normal. Perhaps it was thanks to the food given by kind-hearted passersby that the dog had managed to survive until today, continuing its difficult and lonely life. After the heavy bacterial-laden fur was removed, the dog seemed to feel much lighter, as if the burden it had carried for so long was finally lifted. However, there were still a few small wounds on its body, remnants of pain and neglect, that needed care and love to heal, like a symbol of the new hope for the life ahead. dog gradually got accustomed to its new owner, and joy began to return to its eyes. The full meals, warm hugs, and loving walks made it feel safer, as if a new chapter of its life was beginning. However, deep in its thoughts, the image of its old owner still could not fade away. Seeing the smile on the dog's face, my heart felt warmed, though words couldn't fully express it. The joyful look in its eyes, and the gentle wag of its tail said everything. Just that small smile made me feel incredibly happy with what I had done for the dog. Even though they were simple things, in that moment I knew I had brought joy and peace to it. And that was the most precious reward I could ever receive.